So what are you waiting for? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Cobra Kai, son, I know it's been a while. I know, I hear it, I know, I see the comments. I know, it's been a while, but a lot of cool stuff going on behind the scenes, you guys. A lot of cool stuff that I hope will translate onto this channel in the next couple of months. I promise you it'll be worth it, but it's been really crazy. It's been really fun. Still, like, honestly, guys, thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for all the positive energy that you guys bring. If it wasn't for you guys like really asking, hey, when's the next video? Hey, that stuff gets me motivated that I just got to get something out. So it's just been really, really cool watching it happen, right? Or watching this channel kind of evolve, right? But what I'm really excited about, guys, is we should be seeing some trailers soon, pretty soon. I'm thinking probably middle of February, maybe end of February, early March is usually like the time frame. Usually like a month and a half out, we'll start to see some trailers, and man, I can't wait for that because then we can have a blast. So, what are we talking about today? So, this is not a new topic, guys. I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, I thought about this. No, this has been kind of a topic of conversation. I've seen it in comments on certain videos that I've done with Hawk. I've seen it on comments with Johnny. I've kind of seen it collectively, and I've even heard it out there in Cobra Kai fandom world, guys, that people compare these two characters, right? And before we jump into this and kind of break it down, I just want to give a quick shout out, man. So, like, it is cool. You guys are like the coolest fan. Cobra Kai fans by far are the coolest damn fans out there. But what's been really awesome is meeting other content creators, like Watch Party, man. You guys gotta check him out. This guy does some dope ass narrations where I'm like, I don't even want to attempt to do their narrations anymore because his are so awesome. And you got a lot of people doing a lot of cool stuff right now. Bonsai Kai Dojo, his is awesome too, man. So you meet a lot of people out there. It's been really cool. I love watching these channels. Check out their channels, guys, and let's get started. So let's talk about Hawk and Johnny. Is Hawk the new Johnny? And the first time I heard this, I was like, yeah, I don't really think so. So that's why I honestly never really puts too much, thought into it. But about 3 weeks ago, I was driving and I was thinking, and I'm just like, you know what? I wonder if there are similarities. So let me just etch it out. So I got a piece of paper and I'm like, let me see. What would be the similarities? Like, what would be something that would make them connected? And I'm talking about the Johnny of 1984 Johnny, the young Johnny, not today's Johnny, right? And I'm like, what would I think are the things that they have in common? And I sat there for a moment. I got it. The first one, they both had a rough childhood. Now you might be saying, what do you mean, David? They got a rough childhood. Look, in Karate Kid 1, we didn't know Johnny's background. We didn't know anything that happened to him. We just knew he was a tough guy, leader of the pack, go out and kick you in the face, mess with you, all that kind of stuff. But we didn't really know about his character. And as we learned over the seasons what has happened to Johnny, and having like this evil stepdad that made his life miserable, that just made it difficult. He had to find karate just to like let it out, right? And you see where all that aggression goes. And then you look at Eli, right? So I was thinking about it. I'm like, well, did Eli really have a tough childhood? Well, let me tell you guys this. When you look back on some of these scenes, when you look back, especially the one in the lunchroom where, they're making fun of his cleft lip and all that. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this or know anybody that has experienced this, but when there's something that makes you stand out, something that makes you a little bit different, kids always jump on that. And that was a huge indicator of what's been happening his entire life. We just happened to see it while I was at the high school. So I'm assuming because of how he feels about it, how he's constantly embarrassed behind it, you got to assume that his childhood is a little bit rough. So if we put them side by side, ding, 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 both had rough childhoods. Number 2, Both of them are hot-headed, man. And it goes without saying, look, Johnny, like I said, we didn't know why, but he was just tough, man. He was just like one of those guys. I remember watching this when I was growing up, where I was like, man, I wish I was like that. I wish I was a badass like that. Didn't have any fear, willing to take on the world, bust up some guys that talk trash. Like, he was just the essence of somebody that is like just tough, angry, and don't take no nonsense. Now, the cool thing with Eli, I'm going to call him Eli, into the transition of Hawk is he was in the same boat, right? You have all of this frustration, all of this anger inside.
I'm never going to get a girlfriend. I'm never going to be anything other than a kid with a weird lip.
And now you found a way to let it out. Now you found a way to use it as a vehicle.
You see that? Doesn't matter if you're a loser or a nerd or a freak. All that matters is that you become badass.
To strengthen your own image, strengthen your own confidence, and then go out and bust some heads when you get upset. So, you know, it's been kind of programmed into him that he has this outlet and now he's gonna flex it, right? So one of the other things that kind of made me laugh as I was kind of just troubleshooting, I'm like, man, what else do they have in common? And I realized something that I thought was pretty funny. Both of them got dumped hardcore in their childhood, or I should say in their teen years or whatever, in their high school years, I'll say. You know, Johnny, Ali got dumped, hooks up with Daniel, burn, bro. That sucks, man. You got burned. And then we see what happens to Hawk, right? Moon says, I don't like bullies. Boom, drop kicked his butt. And then he's embarrassed even more when he shows up to the party and she's with another girl. You can see it in his face, like someone just gave him a smack and woke him up, right? And so both of these characters have been dumped, and you could see, like, as I'm trying to kind of connect them, I'm like, okay, they got a lot of reasons as to why they're constantly frustrated, constantly looking to vent out. Number 4, I will say they both, in Karate Kid 1 and then Hawk in season 1 and 2 of Cobra Kai, follow their sensei blindly. Remember, Johnny, and it's the same sensei, it's Kreese. Come on, man. Both of them followed him blindly, right? Right up until the end of Karate Kid 1, where, you know, he's like, you're all right, LaRusso, and all that. Yeah. And then we see what Kreese does to him outside in Karate Kid 2. But I mean, up until that point, he followed his sensei. You could see that he was immersed into Cobra Kai philosophies, into Kreese's philosophies, into all of what stands for Cobra Kai. Like, he lived it, he breathed it, and that was his life. Now take a look at Hawk.
The fight is only over when you say it.
Tell me that you don't see the similarities of him following in the same exact footsteps, where he has a sensei that is going to push him, that's going to challenge him, that's going to get him to buy into whatever Sensei Kreese is trying to do. He will blindly follow him. So that one I was like, that's actually really interesting that both characters followed Kreese blindly like that, right? Now, the last one that I thought of, and I was like, man, I could kind of even see some of the storylines kind of borrowed from Karate Kid. And this one, it took me a little while, because as I wrote out some things, there's something really strange about how both these characters lost their biggest fight, right? So you have Johnny at the end of Karate Kid 1. Who does he lose to? He loses to Daniel. Daniel does a crane kick. Boom, he loses the championship. How did season 2 end? What happened with Hawk and Dimitri? Both end in similar fashions in one of the biggest fights. They both lose. And you're like, what? So over the last couple of weeks, man, it was just kind of sitting there with me. And you guys feel free to put your comments in. Feel free. Like I said, this isn't something I came up with. It was things that you guys mentioned and hearing from other people. But as I really thought about it, I think there's some real truths to that. I think based on just these 5 points, and honestly, I probably had about 12, but these were some main points that I really thought, man, these characters are living a very parallel world in the Karate Kid universe, man. And so it's safe to say it's going to continue, especially with Hawk. I think Hawk has become the old Johnny, right? The one that we kind of despised, that was just mean and cruel, but was awesome. But he's become that guy. And I also believe that he's going to become the leader of Cobra Kai Dojo. Miguel's going to be on the fence. We don't know what's going to happen with him. We don't know if he's going to come in, but I could see that he can take that presence and he can become that person that represents Cobra Kai, and really what Kreese's version of Cobra Kai is: mean, tough, ruthless, and gets beat up sometimes. And hopefully Kreese knocks some sense into him, because he doesn't want to get him beat up anymore, represent him that way. So I could see him becoming even tougher with someone like Kreese. So tell me what you guys think. I appreciate all the supports, appreciate all the comments, and I'm sorry it took so long, but I'm back. So stay tuned, you guys. Just a couple more months, man. Cobra Kai will be here soon. I can't wait for the trailer. See you later, man. Next time, I'm out.